Hey everyone, I hope you guys are doing great. I'm using a mic today. By the way, sorry, I have a cold if I sound a bit deeper than usual, because yeah, my voice is deep anyway, but like right now I probably sound super deep. Anyway, today I'm gonna talk about the car accident I got into while being in New Zealand. It happened on the 19th of September. So we were driving around in a camper, spending 1 week on the southern and 2 weeks on the northern islands. We pretty much drove around the country following the Georgian national rugby team. At the time of the accident, my dad was driving, and the thing is, people in New Zealand drive on the left, like in the UK. So what happened, also my dad wasn't really used to driving on the left side, of course. We were heading from Dunedin to Christchurch. There were about 205 kilometers left. What was really strange is that on that day I was talking in my sleep, and I was saying, "Lela, help, help." Lela is the name of my mom, by the way. So my dad woke me up right away and said, "What are you dreaming?" Because he felt that I was having like some sort of a nightmare or something, but I couldn't remember it. And it's odd because I don't usually talk in my sleep, or at least I'm not aware of talking in my sleep. And that it happened on that precise day was kind of like a little prediction, maybe. So we were driving towards Dunedin. My dad was pretty tired. I was asleep on the seat next to him, when all of a sudden I got woken up by some abrupt movement, and I looked over to my dad, because he was saying everything will be okay and don't worry, and he was trying to calm me down. So I didn't really see what was happening in front of me. I was just looking at my dad all the time. The next thing I knew, I was hanging like sideways. Lucky I had my seatbelt on, because I tend to forget it sometimes or loosen it up a bit. The seatbelt pretty much saved me. Within about a minute or so, the people from the other cars came up and were asking if we are okay, and I was slightly in a panicking mood, because I was still tied up and I couldn't unfasten myself, and I got a bruise on the side, which is, I guess, it's nothing. But yeah, my dad unfastened the seatbelt. We climbed out. There were firemen. The police arrived pretty soon. I mean, it just took seconds. They were so quick, and the people were so friendly. I forgot to mention my dad. A couple of, maybe about an hour earlier, saw a sign with white crosses, and in the center it was a black cross or something, and the message said, "Could you be the next?" Which is very strange. And yeah, we had about 205 kilometers left, and my dad wanted to take a rest at about 200. So my dad was growing tired and losing concentration, so he drifted over to the right side. A car was coming towards us, so he took a quick turn, which made him lose balance, and he, because it was a big car, and because it was really shaky, he quickly took a turn to the right again, and smashed sideways into one car, and there was also another car that was affected by this whole thing. So we climbed out of the car. Some doctors arrived who asked if we were okay and checked us up a bit. It was, everything was okay. My dad got a few scratches on his arm, but nothing severe. Some of the things, like the camera, were damaged, but we're okay, and the people in the other cars are okay, and that's, I think, the main thing. The entire back part of the camper was entirely smashed. Luckily, it was insured, so my dad doesn't have to pay for it. And the thing about insurance is that they wouldn't have covered it if it had rotated all the way, like if it had done a whole roll or something, but it just turned over like sideways. So based on the pictures, I think it looks a bit more dramatic than it actually was, and I'm happy that everyone is okay. I didn't tell my mom and brother because we didn't want them to worry about it, because we were staying in New Zealand for another 2 weeks. We stayed over at a hostel. The policeman was really friendly, and since all of our bed stuff got torn up or was extremely dirty, he brought in his own sheets and pillows, and it was really nice of him. And I think people in general in New Zealand are so wonderful, and I just can't find the words. It's the 20th of September, the day after the accident, the car accident. We just got a new camper. We're on our way to Christchurch. We're both fine. A couple of minor bruises, but everything is okay, so that's it. Oh, do you like my t-shirt, by the way? It has lots of little kiwis on it.